aim of the conference is to contribute to the analysis of the European Union's international dynamics and how to address its relations in an era of changing geopolitical alliances.
We believe that cities are the emerging actor of this 21st century, and in these geopolitical conflicts, there is a need to use the city diplomacy as a useful tool to help, to overcome, to build up bridges between countries and people.
We have to remember, and remember deeply, that the project of Europe is a project of peace, that we may be needed to do something else, because the context requires Europeans to be defended against.
We have never been in front of a European election where the ballots will influence so directly the policies. Policies will be extremely determinant into the type of transformations that we have to engage. Climate transformation, food transformation, digital transformation.
There is a huge situation of geopolitical uncertainty, and in terms of policy, over the past 12 months, the European Union has rediscovered one of its major tools that it has previously used to bring stability to its neighborhood, and that is enlargement policy.
Enlargement is good, but it cannot be the magic potion that cures all kinds of disease, which is the perception often found in many of the candidate countries. Enlargement comes at a cost, and it comes at a cost in the form of less internal cohesion and more numbers that make a huge difference in an organization, a political entity like the EU, which operates on the principle of consensus and most often on the principle of unanimity.
The strapline for the EU we have today is no longer unity and diversity. It is the good old Draghi statement of whatever it takes. And that's the choice facing Europe collectively. Has it the capacity to do whatever it takes to continue to be a zone of prosperity and democracy and peace in our world?
I don't think there is any place better in the whole world than the European Union to defend the interest of its citizenship. But now, this peace dividend that we have been enjoying since the end of the Cold War is maybe facing an end.
We see that there are today new sources of power, that artificial intelligence, the technological revolution is going to redistribute power in a very radical way. If we want to be in the game in the 21st century on these new sources of power, we need to be willing to invest, to spend infinitely more money than we are spending at the moment on AI and on research and development.
Geopolitics not only can be made by people, but is made by people in ways that we never expect. We as Europeans need to think about this. We need to think about Russia at the same time as this horrible war is happening. We need to think about another future, another reality for Russians.
China can be a stabilizing force for the disrupted, areas like, Russian conflict with Ukraine, the Gaza conflict between Israel and Palestinians. So China could play a more positive role in terms of making peace for this war.
The Gaza conflict today is a game changer for the region, but I think far beyond, and it has direct implications for Europe. The recognition of Palestinian statehood is one leverage that European countries have because it is a response to the project of ethnic transfer that we are seeing today.
At the moment when global politics is most needed for the challenges we face, geopolitics is preventing politics to solve the global problems. And that is a conundrum that I think not only for the European Union, but for the whole of the actors that have had their voice heard in this conference.